What's up, guys? My name's Derek, and welcome back to the Sundown Audio unofficial YouTube channel. Welcome back, guys. We got another episode of Woofer Test Wednesday, and today the video is going to be all about an intro to the all-new, bigger, better, badder in every way SA-12 version 2. So to help do this intro video, I have an old V1, and so I know this gets a little confusing to people. When you see Rev 3, they think this is a version 3, and it's not. Rev stands for revision, because this is still a V1 SA-12. It just had 3 small revisions done, so that's why it says Rev 3. So we still call these the V1 Rev 3, but here, this is the all-new, brand new, for 2019, official V2 SA-12. Now, one of the first things you're going to see is the rating. Old one started out lower, but eventually got bumped up. So it ended on a 750 watt rating. Brand new V2, we've bumped it up even more to a full 1,000 watt rating. Now, before we get into looks, because there's obviously a huge looks difference here, I just want to highlight that the original SA-12, it went on for 10 plus years. This is probably one of the longest running same model subwoofers. It might be in cardio history. This subwoofer came out and was so good from the beginning. Like I said, it's been through some small revisions, but very, very small changes. And if you kept up over the time, things like going from a black motor to a chrome motor, stuff like that, changing up the cooling channels just a little bit. But this thing from the beginning nailed it. It's been such a good subwoofer. It's run almost unchanged except for those small revisions for 10 plus years. It was just an awesome subwoofer. I think for the most part, the internet voted this pound for pound the best subwoofer, period. It's not the best overall. It's not going to be your loudest. You compare it to a bigger, better, more expensive Neo or something like that. But pound for pound in its class, the best subwoofer, period. So how do you outdo something like that? Well, this is how. You do the brand new V2. So stick around. We're going to highlight all the stuff, all the important deets about the new SA-12 V2. All right, so real quick, I'm sure you're going to notice my handwriting on here with Ascendant. So if you haven't seen the video, go check it out. It's the SA-12 Will It Blow video. This is that same subwoofer. It still works, it still plays. Eventually, we're going to get back to doing another Will It Blow on this same subwoofer. And yes, I promise there will be another episode of that coming out. We will use the same subwoofer. It's still chilling here in the testing room. Still plays fine. We're going to take it all the way to failure. We just need more time. There's more pressing videos like highlighting new product, some of the Project SPL stuff, getting it ready for finals. We're still in the process of the move, which is why I've lost a lot of the lights in here. The heat and AC, a lot of the stuff's already been moved out of here. We just haven't got the whole test bench moved yet. Trying to get some videos shot ahead of time, so when we take the time to move everything, I will still have some videos to put out, and y'all won't have to go, for a long period without some happening. But back to what we're talking about. This is that original SA-12 V1. We beat this sub up pretty good. We've done tests from SPL tests to the Will It Blow test, thermal tests, to packaging tests, and I mean, we threw one of these things off the roof of the building. Awesome subwoofer. Moving on to the bigger, better, badder version. Looks-wise, function-wise, immediately you're going to see everything's different. So you're going to say, what all is different about these subs? Everything. You're going to see the new hard gasket. You're going to see an all-new cone, dust caps around, just everything in rating. So let me stand these subwoofers up. We'll get more into that in a second. All right, so here you go. Boxes pulled off, so they're down flat and even with each other. And you can see some of the other massive differences here between these two subwoofers. So to point out the obvious, we got an all new, better frame. This is the same frame we run on the U series, which is obviously a step up. It's a 1500 watt 3-inch coil driver. Now, while I'm on that note, let me point out the old SA-12, the V1, had a 2.5-inch voice coil. Along with that power rating bumping up, the size of the coil has bumped up as well. So we have a bigger, better 2.75 inch. Now, it's not a full 3-inch yet, and I know some of you guys, let me jump back in here. Some people go off the buzzwords, and 3-inch coil is one of those buzzwords. And people just all of a sudden think anything with smaller than a 3-inch coil is garbage or won't handle power. Well, if you're familiar with the history of that SA-12 V1, then you know this little 2.5-inch coil will handle a lot of power. Matter of fact, similar power to most of your budget or inexpensive 3-inch coil subwoofers out there. So when you want to compare subs like this, don't try and compare them to even some subs that claim a similar power rating. Because I've seen a lot of subwoofers claim a 750 watt power rating similar to our SA-12, but in real world testing, they won't handle nowhere near the amount of power this thing will. So keep that in mind. It's not all about just those published specs. It's not about comparing some of them. Real world performance. And if you don't know, if you haven't used them, give them a try. You're going to be impressed. So back to the new V2. We've got the bigger frame. We've got the bigger 2.75-inch coil. We've got the new bigger 1,000 watt rating. So along with that U frame, you get that same hard U gasket and upgraded, of course, dust cap with the big flange like we use on all of our bigger subwoofers, all that. You're gonna see it's gonna be a little bit taller, a little bit more mounting depth going on here. And if I can get down here, see if I can squeeze them close, you're gonna see obviously a little bit bigger, a little bit taller motor as well. Still got that nice embossed rubber boot. The cooling ring has also changed. Get a lot of cooling in there. And keep in mind, Sundown uses a very specific directional force cooling. It works really well. I think a lot of other manufacturers don't understand how well it works and why they don't try and use anything like that themselves. But it's something Jacob designed himself. He's played with things, tooled a lot of things, and got it pretty much perfected. That was one of the deals with the original SA-12 V1, and the way the cooling works so well that even with that smaller 2.5-inch coil, it handled as much more power than a lot of your budget 3-inch coil subs out there. So don't sleep on that. Took all that same R&D and all that same info, applied it to the bigger, better model. But show off. So we got the tool terminal block. Now this isn't as big a one. It's not the 4-gauge terminals you're going to get on the bigger U and X and Nightshade series and Z series. But this is a tool terminal block for the SA. We've got those huge leads in there, and I hope y'all can see those and try and get you a good look. Nice, big, huge leads on the SA. And then here is another great part. We got that chrome motor. We also have the laser etched Sundown Audio logo and an SA-V2 logo down there, as well as you'll see the flared pole vent and some gap vents for extra cooling. So you've seen all the physical parts, everything you see on the outside. We got the bigger motor, we got the bigger frame, we got the bigger coil, the bigger power handling, all that bigger and better stuff. But here's one thing where it shares a huge similarity to the old V1, one that's going to be very important to all you guys out there, and that's it shares near identical enclosure specs. So if you already own a pair of the old V1 Rev 3 SA-12s and you already have an enclosure and they're in it, you can purchase the new V2s and they will drop right in and play just fine. Near identical enclosure specs, don't worry about changing all that up. They're interchangeable as long as, and again I pointed out, the mounting depth. So if you have a custom enclosure and your mounting depth is really tight, you might have an issue there. But other than that, same specs, same enclosures, they will swap right out. So if you're an owner of a pair of V1s, and you want to check out these new V2s, go ahead, get them on order from your favorite online or local dealer, throw them right in your box. Guarantee you're going to be happy with them. Now, I know another big question guys always ask every time, price. Well, prices change, especially when we're still dealing with some of the tariffs going up and the possibility of things. So prices change. Best thing to do, contact your local authorized Sundown Audio dealer. I always try and tell people, you know, visit your local brick and mortar dealer. They should already have them in stock. These things are in stock. They are shipping. Several dealers already have them in their hands at the time I'm making this video. So they're out there. You can get them right now. Contact your local dealer. If you don't have a local one, we have several online dealers like Down for Sound Shop, I believe. Shameless plug, JP over at D4S, downforsoundshop.com. Check them out. They'll be happy to sell you some SA-12s. Also places like Woofers, etc. online. They should have them in stock and shipping right now. So if you're interested, hit up those guys, get current pricing from them, because I don't know if you're watching this video the night I made it or the night I uploaded it, or if you're watching a year from now. So prices should always change. I don't like putting pricing out there like that. Just hit up those guys. They'll get you the best pricing. All right, so that's it. Wrapping this video up here. Remember, this was just an intro video. I just wanted to get the sub out, show it to you, let you see some of the upgrades, updates, new features, compare it to the old V1, let you see them side by side. So go ahead and let me know, what do you think? What do you think of what you see? What do you think of all the improvements? Bigger, better, badder in every way. Let me know in the comments right now. Are you interested in getting one? Let me know in the comments. Again, hit up your local dealer. These things are in stock and shipping right now. Any authorized dealer can get them to you. But that's it. Close this video out, wrapping it up. Remember guys, if you like what we're doing here on the channel, click that thumbs up button. Give us a like. Make sure you're subscribed. Ring that bell for notifications. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, all that stuff. Share the video if you think your friends will like it. And until next time, guys, we'll see y'all then. Sneak peek coming soon to Amp Test Tuesday here on the Sundown Audio unofficial YouTube channel. All new Sundown Audio, full bridge, SFB 8000D. Small, budget, very powerful. Make sure you're subscribed so you can see this on the next Amp Test Tuesday.